Hey guys, Marsingin here, bringing another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video, and so today we're going to take a look at the AGL Shape Up BUU, he's technically called, right? A lot of people call him Fit BUU or Skinny BUU, although Skinny BUU, a lot of people call Evil BUU, Skinny BUU, but his official name is Majin Buu Shape Up. It's interesting that this guy got a unit in the game, considering he was in one episode of Dragon Ball Super. Showing that Buu had apparently been training for taking part in the universe, the Tournament of Power, only for Buu to then fall asleep and apparently just be back to being Fat Buu again. But this guy was actually really good when he first came out and single-handedly assisted in many no item runs in the old days for the difficult Super Battle Road stages, because he has built-in dodge and can stun. So obviously back then he was a unit that was incredibly valuable. He also had really decent defense for the first few turns, meaning in some of the older stages before they started to ramp up the numbers a little bit, if he didn't dodge, he could tank relatively well as well. So we're running him on the Tech UI Goku team. His 200% leaders are Tech UI, and then it's just like Harudagan, Android 21, Kale, and then like Gamma 1. So in terms of like meta relevant leads, this is kind of the team you want him to be on, and then especially with parts of his passive, because his super attack is greatly raised attack for 1 turn with a supreme damage and a great chance to stun. So he has a 70% stun chance on super. Greatly raises attack, but as you can see, doesn't get any defense. However, his passive is key 3, attack and defense 200%. Then he gets an additional attack and defense 200% with a high chance to crit and high chance to dodge for 7 turns. So for the first 7 turns, he has 400% attack and defense. Then he gets an additional attack and defense and chance to crit and chance to dodge. 10% per reps of Universe 7 ally attacking in the same turn. So obviously it doesn't say self-excluded. So that means for him, on a full reps of Universe 17, that's an extra 30%. So that means for these first couple of turns, we've got 430% attack and defense. Then what? It's 7%. No, it's 10% per ally. So a 80% chance to dodge and 80% chance to crit for the first 7 turns, which is pretty good. And then he gets an additional attack and defense 7% up to 77, and damage reduction 7% up to 77, with each attack evaded. So the idea, obviously, is that early on, when he has that really high evade chance, he dodges a bunch of attacks, and then once the first 7 turns have run out, and he doesn't have the high chance to dodge anymore, he's still going to have 30% chance to dodge by being on a full reps rotation, but he'll have built up to having 77% damage reduction. So that seems generally like very good. Obviously his links with the rest of the team aren't the best. There are some other units he can get some of these links with, but obviously with like the main Saiyan characters, he's not necessarily going to be sharing a ton of links with them, which it's not the end of the world, but we'll see how well we get on here. So we'll see how well he does at the start. Remember that he has an 80% chance to dodge on this turn. And then obviously with each attack evaded, he's still building up that damage reduction even now. So even while his intro is still up, I mean, that's where he could look absolutely insane. Like if you get him in a slot where there's loads of attacks and he dodges like 5 or 6 attacks on his first turn, then on that second turn, not only have you still got his full intro buff and everything. I say intro, it's not like he has an intro animation, but for the first 7 turns, he has that full buff and he's dodged a bunch of times, so he has a bunch of damage reduction. So 4.6 is his starting attack stat, which obviously not very high. And then of course he gets the stun. Why do I always keep forgetting that? I like using this stage for showcases because you have the Immortal Goku in phase 2, but you can stun Gohan. So any characters that need to get hit or dodge in order to get built up, this is not the stage to bring them into if you've then got stunning units on the team. Because now that Gohan is stunned, we're obviously not going to get any dodges or anything. Let's float off the androids, because I think they have... no, they have infinite energy, of course. Yeah, not infinite regeneration. So I don't think they actually do share any extra links. Because, of course, even though he's on reps of Universe 7, which is funny because he technically never... Well, I guess Buu... Does Buu have one of the exhibition matches? I can't remember. But, like, Skinny Buu doesn't actually fight in the... Doesn't actually represent Universe 7 at any point, right? So the fact that he's on reps of Universe 7 is kind of funny. But can we finish him off this turn? I mean, Vegeta's going to guarantee crit here. Well, Take UI's got a 12 mil. Maybe we could. I'm not expecting a crazy amount out of the int androids. Because I don't think we picked up many orbs for them. Put them on the team for the support. Yeah, 5.3, and they got type disadvantage. So they're not going to be finishing him off here. I mean, I guess I could just put Skinny Boo in slot 1 on the next turn. We do have the 80% chance to dodge, which I guess we kind of course, there's no attacks. Of course. Alright, so considering we have a 70% chance to stun, what are the chances we actually get attacked here? 4.9. Because yeah, he builds up attack and defense with each attack evaded as well. So, okay, perfect. So there's one. So you can see the numbers at the bottom going up. And he dodges all 3 attacks. So there we go. So he now has 21% damage reduction, as well as a little bit of extra attack and defense. And then from this phase onwards, we can't stun anyone anyway, so we don't have to worry about that again. Because it was on turn 1, which means if it's for 7 turns, it'll be all the way up to and including turn 7 that he has those extra buffs. So we should hopefully be able to get him fully built up by then. Yeah, we'll just keep a UI Goku on each rotation. So we'll do that. Do that. Get those for you. Although I suppose realistically, I don't want these guys to be too powerful, because you can kill Gohan in this phase, but I'm considering like loads of Vegeta does additionals potentially already anyway. Fortunately though, it doesn't matter, like as long as Gohan survives this turn, even if he had like 1 HP, and then you go into the next phase with the Gohan and Goku, he has full health again anyway, so it's fine. No extra additional super for Vegeta, so that's all good. Yeah, I don't think the blue duo will be killing him here. But yeah, BUU seems quite interesting, but I think the biggest issue with him, I guess, could be the links. And it's like something we talked about with... who was the unit I was talking about? Was it Champa? No. Trying to think, but like the biggest problem I can see with this unit is that like on the reps of Universe 17 there's so many strong options. I think it might have been physical hit maybe, because he's on this Goku's lead, right? But this team has so many strong options, and Skinny Boo doesn't provide support. We don't need to use them as a slot 1 unit. So like, you know, obviously this doesn't apply to people that don't have some of these units, right? But if you have every unit to choose from, it's like, why would I bring Shape Up Boo over, say, like physical Gohan and Frieza, 17 and Frieza, or the Int Team Universe 7 LR? Is this guy better than STR UI Goku? I mean, funnily enough, like technically he has higher dodge charts in the first turn. Does he share any links with you guys? Fierce Battle, Shocking Speed, and the Innocence. Okay, so we will put you in slot 2 then. Let's attack you. Again, we're not too fussed about the I really lost the word I was looking for then. About attacking like into Goku, right? Because we just want... Oh, that's it. We will get to see the attack stat, but we're not too fussed about his attack at this point here in time. So UI gets his additionals. Doesn't dodge the normal. Go and dodge the super, right? Okay, good. 6.3 is up to now. And then there's a dodge. Okay, so the 80% dodge coming in clutch. So he's dodged 5 times in total now. So he's now got, what, 35% damage reduction. So he's got to dodge quite a lot of times. He's got to dodge 11 times in order to get all the way up to the full damage reduction that he can have. So yeah, TOP Android selling. And then get the Goku revive.
This fight's not over yet. Vegeta at 17. And all the others gave everything they had so I can keep going. I quit now, I'll betray that trust. And I refuse to let all of them down.
Hopefully we can get a turn with like a good cluster of attacks. Okay, so I don't want to transform that Tech UI, because obviously he will then get loads of counters against Gohan. So I'm just going to do this. And then this. Because then this way everyone just attacks Goku. And then yeah, this next turn is the last turn where BUU has the big extra dodge. So I guess that's the one thing. I mean, this event, it didn't help, right? Obviously stunning the Gohan in the early turn, the first turn. But like, you have to dodge 11 times to get fully built up. Ideally within the 7 turns before he loses the extra boosts to his stats and dodge chance. Because once that runs out, 200% less defense and then only a 30% chance to dodge. Ours will currently have 35% damage reduction, which is still okay, but remember that he doesn't raise defense on super. So okay, at least UI, yeah, he tanked the Gohan super. So what is he up to now defense wise? Ideally you're gonna have to put him in slot 1 though, really. So he's up to 475k, 499 with shocking speed active. So we can get 4 more dodges here, potentially. That will help us out quite a bit, because that'll be another 28% extra damage reduction. So, there we go. 6.9 now. So that's the thing, he's not going to be really ever like a crazy damage dealer, especially when you consider the other units on the reps of Universe 17. But he could be a solid like stand-in unit to be a sort of defensive dodging unit. Like if you don't have all the optimal units for the reps of Universe 17 and you want to use them in one of the tougher events, you can easily throw this guy onto the team, and then within those first 7 turns he's going to be a fairly safe option that you could like just put him in front of a bunch of attacks, and then he's going to dodge them all, hopefully. And then once that 7 turns like runs out, he's got a solid bit of damage reduction. That's when obviously we would go from not using him as a slot 1 unit to just having him being like floating in slot 3 or something, where he would then be able to I have to be careful here because I can't revive. I did want to get I wanted to try and get all the orbs for the TOP androids, but unfortunately they are in a bit of an awkward spot here. I guess we'll do this. And we can do that, there we go. And then we will transform Goku here. So he will get a counter off against Gohan, but that's fine. Alright. So we'll do that. Vegeta will eat this, especially considering Vegeta and AGL UI Goku obviously now both have massive stat buffs because somebody on the team revived. So Vegeta hitting a 31 million attack stat here, which of course, you know, goes to waste because it's against Goku, but 19.2 for the additional 12 key. Like, man, when these guys, if someone gets a revival on the team, these guys go so crazy. You love to see it. And then the TOP Android 7.5. You get a dodge. And then Tech UI Goku. Obviously his strength lies more so in the counters than the just his initial attack stats. But of course he can't actually, like, Goku will just dodge the counter, won't he? Wham, wham, wham. So we dodge, counter, and he dodges. Good exchange. Alright, so now we are without our extra 200% to stats. So we've managed to build up to 583k defense, which is not crazy, but we have what had we built up to? We'd gotten an extra 24% in the last turn. So we've built up to 59% damage reduction, which is not bad. The problem, of course, now becomes the fact that we are... Damn, Goku has 1,000,000 defense start of turn. The problem here is the fact that we now are only having a 30% chance to dodge. Now, I did build mine. Oh, yeah, I have to look at it in here, don't I? I did build mine for full dodge because back in the day... I say that. I noticed I'd given him dodge skill orbs, but it only has 10 dodge. I mean, crit, does he really need to do damage? Additionals, he's not stacking or anything. I probably would just change his build to making him full dodge, because that's going to be the only issue, is if you get to this point where now we've reached turn 9, we're not getting that extra stat buff from the first part of our passive, which includes the extra dodge chance. So now he only has a 30% dodge chance. That means building up the rest of his passive to get him all the way up to 77% damage reduction and the extra bit of stats is going to be more difficult because he doesn't have as high of a chance to dodge anymore. Not that it's impossible, of course, but it's just going to be harder to get. And then, yeah, 5.7. So, I mean, I feel like his use is going to be very early in the fights. You could get away with even using him as a slot 1 unit because of the 80% chance to dodge on this team. But you do want him to be in front of and then dodging as many attacks as possible before you reach the turn where that part of his passive runs out. Because obviously now, with 500k defense and, what, let's say 56% damage reduction, like... he's not going to be tanking even, you know, like some of these God event bosses that are doing like 1.8 million damage supers. You take like 50% off of that, it's like 900k, and he's got 500k defense. So he's taking 400k damage if he's not dodging, which chances are he won't be based on the... Okay, so let's finish off... try and finish off Gohan here. Oh, well, we've got the Dokkan attack, so we probably will be finishing him off here. So if we do that, and then do that. But yeah, so I mean, because the next phase is against Tech Gohan, so this is what I kind of wanted to see. We didn't quite get the full build up, so I'd be interested to see how well he tanks even against Gohan's like normals in this last phase. Damn, 52 million damage crit. And what's funny is that Goku can't dodge a Dokkan attack, but he just takes like double digits because he's got like, I don't know, he must have like 100% damage reduction or something. Alright, well anyway, so we do this, the domain runs out. Oh god, if we don't dodge the super in slot 1, we will just immediately die as well. So, let's see how this plays out here. Because he does usually super in slot 1. Alright. It's going to be a long start of turn. He didn't dodge, are you serious? Alright, well... Well, anyway, so Shape Up BUU seems decent. You've really got to get those dodges early on, but I think he could be a good addition to a Reps of Universe 7 team if you don't have the full optimal lineup. In the shorter events, you can definitely get away with having him as a little bit of a defensive backup. So let me know what you guys think of the Shape Up BUU down below in the comment section. Still very strange to me. Like I say, he got like 1 appearance in Dragon Ball Super and then never again, and then got a card. But yeah, let me know what you guys think of BUU down below in the comment section. So that is going to be it for the video, guys. This has been the Masked Ningen. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Check out the links down below, and I will see you all again soon. Have a good one.